What's going on, Diary Gang? It's your girl Creole Kisses with Creole Kisses Diary TV. Got the latest urban topics for you guys today. Oh my God, Kelly Price went on a rant last night. Today, she's pissed, and as you can see in my face, I'm pissed too. There was supposed to be a concert in the Houston, Texas area, Galveston, Texas to be exact. That's like an hour away from Houston, and the concert didn't happen. It's another case of a Janky Promoter. Y'all remember that movie, Janky Promoters? If not, check it out on Prime Video. I think it's on there. Anyway, this dude by the name of Ken James, he is the founder of Rev Up Nation in Texas. He was supposed to be having this show back in March, and the show was canceled because of a storm that we had back in March here in Texas. A lot of people lost electricity. It was just a bad time. So they rescheduled the concert for May 29th, which was 2 nights ago. And the show didn't happen. Kelly Price flew out here. She's in a hotel. She couldn't get a hold of the promoter. Now, the promoter is the one that is supposed to pay your 50% before the show. The deposit to get you out here. And then when you get out here and you do sound check and everything, they're supposed to pay you the other 50% right before you get on stage. And that didn't happen. People were sitting in the audience waiting to enjoy a great show by Miss Kelly and Lyfe. And there were a few others that were supposed to perform, but it did not happen because this promoter was MIA, missing in action. Okay, so in a moment, I'm gonna play you her rant. I'm also gonna play Ken James because he actually took the IG and he had some things to say. So I'm gonna share all that with you guys, but I'm just gonna say that these promoters got to get it together. Okay, you're messing it up for other promoters that are legit. Okay. You're messing it up for us to have these legends come out here and perform for us. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be scared that if they get booked, they're going to come out here for no reason and not get paid. You're making H-Town look bad. Houston, we have a problem, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and play what Kelly had to say. Y'all leave y'all thoughts, okay? I'll be back with my commentary.
I am currently in the city of Houston, Texas, where I am waiting on promoter Kendrick James, who booked me to come originally in March, and we pushed it off because there was a hurricane that actually did a lot of damage in the city of Galveston, where I'm scheduled to perform tonight. I've been in the city of Houston all day today and have not heard from Mr. James. Been calling him, texting. I left a couple of messages with a couple of his employees where he said he was en route to meet me. Sound check has been completed. Mr. James has not paid me. The audience is already sitting in the venue. And I actually have a lot of things going on in my personal life right now that I could be dealing with rather than dealing with a promoter that is not in a position to pay tonight. So seriously, I know people feel like artists and celebrities, what's the problem? But you don't go to work with the intentions of not being paid, nor do I. I have family members who are sick. I have family members who are elderly. I have other places that I can be other than here to work and not be paid.
Okay, so at this point, she didn't quite go on her rant yet. She's looking for the promoter to try to figure out when he was going to pay her so she could jump on that stage and do her job. But he wouldn't answer. He kept sending her the voicemail, which is crazy. I don't blame her. But mind you guys, there's an audience of people waiting for the show to get started. And she was not jumping on that stage until she got payment. So he never showed up. Okay, so next I'm going to show you her rant as the night went on. And I'll be right back. Check this out.
I came here to Texas. I have been here since 9 o'clock this morning. I've been trying to find you all day long. I never heard anything from you until almost 6 or 7 o'clock this evening. Sound check had already been done. We had already had my production manager contact your audio-visual production person who turned out to be your homeboy, who really doesn't have any kind of experience in audio-visual anything, if we're going to be all the way clear. You hired your homeboy. Your professional service for transportation, again, homeboy hookup. God help us if we were in an accident. We would have been out like I don't nobody's business. But then you turn around and you call me after I've been trying to reach you for almost 12 hours, talking about you just want to have a conversation with me. And because you know I'm a woman of God, you want to pray with me. You can miss me with all of that. Woman of God or no, my business has nothing to do with the fact that you did not handle yours. Get your money up, get your bread up, get your business up, get your mind up, get your brain up, get all of that up, because God has never told me that I'm supposed to allow you to screw me over in the name of Jesus. Miss me with all of that. You finally, after 11 hours of being missing and no one being able to find you, you finally get a hold of me and tell me that you want to have prayer? Are you serious? You finally get a hold of me and you want to say that because you know I'm a woman of God, you want to have a conversation with me about what's going on because you don't have the money to pay me for tonight? And I shared with you on a very personal note. It hasn't been personal to the world because I actually talked about it. That last year I lost a lot of family members due to COVID. I lost a lot of family members. I lost almost 20 people, maybe a total, if the exact number was probably about 17, but I lost about 17 people last year during the entire pandemic. And most recently meaning as in within the last 24 hours, being told that I need to get to see my grandmother sooner than later because it's not looking good for her. Did you get on the phone and did you have a conversation with the venue and with the people that the reason why I didn't perform tonight is because I decided that I didn't want to perform because something was wrong with my grandmother? You are a piece of shit. I don't care what church people look at this and decide that they want to judge me for it. I said what I said. You are disgusting. You are the bottom of my shoe. Nobody knew. I hadn't had that conversation with anybody. I'd had that information for less than 24 hours. And I didn't tell you that because I wasn't going to get on the stage. I said it to you because I said, if I can get on a plane and I can show up here for a show, knowing what I knew about my grandmother after everything that I have suffered in the last 12 months, that you could do what you were supposed to do to make sure that I got on that stage tonight for all of the people in the Galveston, Houston area that paid their money to come see me, Lyfe, and the other acts that they came to see tonight. But what you did was you went and you told everybody, I canceled tonight's show because I was feeling some kind of way about my grandmother. My grandmother didn't raise that kind of girl. My grandmother was the kind of woman that could pray somebody through their own sickness when she was sick in her own body. So the only thing I say to you is, I'm not going to even ask God to help you. Whatever you got to deal with because you put your mouth on me, forget me. You put your mouth on her. You don't even know who my grandmother is. You put your mouth on her. I didn't back out of tonight's show. You couldn't afford to pay me for tonight's show. You couldn't afford to pay Lyfe for tonight's show. He didn't even know what was going on until he landed and saw what was happening. And he called me and I told him what you did. I want everybody to know in the Galveston area, in the Houston area, anybody that came through the area to see me or Lyfe tonight, tonight's show was not canceled because of Lyfe. Tonight's show was not canceled because of me. Tonight's show was not canceled because my grandmother is deathly ill. Tonight's show was canceled because you're a bum and you can't pay your bills.
Kelly Price is pissed, and I don't blame her. As you can see, he tried to tell people that she canceled the show due to her grandmother being sick, when in actuality, she came out here, even though her grandmother is sick, she came out here to do the show, and then she was going to fly out to visit her grandmother the next day. And that's just straight scandalous, you guys. Then he ignored her calls. He finally answers and responds after 10 to 12 hours. And the reason? Because he didn't sell enough tickets. But what you're supposed to do is let the artists know days before they fly out here that you're not able to continue on with the concert because you don't have money to pay them. It doesn't make any sense. That's very unprofessional. This dude, Kendrick James, I don't know if this is your first time coordinating a concert, but this is not the way that you do it. You're starting a business you're ending your business before it even starts. Because Kelly is a big name. Lyfe, Jennings, these are big artists that they're definitely going to spread your name through the industry, and people are not going to want to deal with you when they come out to Houston. It's not professional and it's dumb. It's called communication, okay? So this woman wasted her time coming out here because of you. And also, fans wasted their time, their gas, their money because of you. It's not right. I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation. It's crazy. So now I'm going to go ahead and play Kendrick James. He has something to say. So let's hear what he got to say, okay? And I'll be right back.
My name is Ken James. I'm the founder of Rev Up Nation. I take full responsibility for Lyfe, Jennings and Kelly Price not performing at the One Hope Experience. I want to apologize to my family, to my community, to the people that's on the Rev Up Nation team. I want to apologize to every artist. I want to apologize to Miss Kelly Price, Mr. Lyfe Jennings. I'm sorry. When I had the One Hope Experience, my hope was to bring hope to the community, and I didn't hit that mark as I wanted to. Sometimes things don't work out. I think I was, when it comes to sponsorships and ticket sales, we didn't quite hit our mark, and it affected us on the back end. At this point, I feel like I let down my community that I believe in. I let down my daughters, my family, to 750 Productions and to Paul Corville. I owe you guys my deepest apologies because you guys partnered with me, but you guys weren't responsible for the financial decisions regarding the One Hope Experience. It was my plan to actually be in the house, there, present, not missing any moment of the One Hope Experience on Saturday. I did speak to Miss Kelly Price, and she asked me to come to Houston to tie up some loose ends that I made a mistake on. And so to the community of Galveston and Houston, also to Moody Gardens, to everyone who has been a part of Rev Up Nation in some capacity. Again, I take full ownership and responsibility for Lyfe Jennings and Kelly Price not performing. I will do whatever it takes to make this right. I believe in integrity and having character and morals, but I fell short. I fell short in over-promising and under-delivering. And so Only thing I know to do now is to first and foremost own my wrong, as well as start corrective actions toward making sure that every artist and everyone who attended the One Hope experience is fully compensated. And so, again, full responsibility. I apologize, Miss Kelly Price. I apologize, Mr. Lyfe Jennings. I apologize to the community of Galveston, Texas.
So y'all heard Mr. James, he apologized, but is that enough? Is it enough to just apologize? I mean, all of this could have been avoided if he would have just canceled this situation before we got to May 29th. It's backwards. So hopefully he learns from this. If he gets any other opportunities with any other artists. You know what I'm saying? So Kelly Price took to IG again because apparently it was really, really bothering her. And she wanted to tell people that, you know, if she could get any numbers or any information that, you know, they should try to get their money back for the concert. And I think he did make a promise. I believe he did say that he's going to make sure that everyone gets their money back. But, you know, this is just, you know, hopefully this is a lesson learned for everybody. Well, for Mr. James and anybody that is trying to promote. If you can't do the job, do not do it at all. That's my advice. Okay. So I'm going to end this with Kelly Price saying what she got to say. And y'all leave y'all thoughts. Okay. Let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Do you feel like she should just forgive the dude? Do you feel like she would give him another chance? I don't think she would. But do you think he's going to get other opportunities, or is this going to kill his career as a promoter? What do y'all think? Leave your thoughts below. And I will talk to y'all later, okay? Y'all take care out there. Love you all, Diary Gang. You got any tips? Go ahead and email me. Send me messages. Follow me on Instagram at Creole Kisses Diary TV. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
To all of the fans in the Galveston area, in the Houston area, for those of you who drove from other parts of Texas and other states and looking forward to it for a very long time, I just want to say thank you for coming out last night. I am offering you my deepest heartfelt apology that you were lied to, that your money was taken from you under false pretenses, that you did not get what you came for last night. I do not take pleasure in not giving my audience what it is they came for. But again, I don't show up to work and expect not to get paid. I have to honor and give love and respect to my MD, my production manager, my keyboard player, all of whom were with me last night, all of whom did not get a chance to take the stage for a show, even though they were there with me and for sound check. But they will have to be paid because they got on airplanes and they left their families and they came to work last night. And it's not their fault that they couldn't work last night. And even though it wasn't my fault that they couldn't work last night, they came out on my word. So I have to make my word good to them. So I still have to pay them, even though I wasn't paid for last night. There's so much that people have no idea about what goes on behind the scenes in this business. And before there was social media, artists had no opportunity to inform you of the things that we go through all the time when people are not truthful and when people sign agreements but they don't read them, or they sign agreements and they know they have no intention of doing any of the things that they signed in the agreement. They figure if they can just get the deposit off to you and get you into the city, that who cares about anything else that goes on? But we care. Because if I'm going to do a Kelly Price concert, I can't do it with a karaoke microphone and a boombox speaker. I have a tech writer. There are things that I'm supposed to have. There are speakers that I'm supposed to have. My keyboard player has to have the right keyboards. My drummer has to have the right drums. He has to have the right setup. He has to have the right kit. And last night it was just, it was unfair. It was untrue. I will promise you this, though, because I don't believe in disappointing fans. I get so much from being with you, just like you get so much from being with me, The name of the venue is Moody Gardens, and it is in Galveston, Texas. I'm not saying that it's their fault because they leased the place out to Rev Up Nation, to Mr. James for this event. It was his responsibility. What I am saying is if you reach out to someone in administration or at the ticket office at Moody Gardens, I'm pretty sure they'll be more than happy to give you contact information for Mr. James so you can get your money back for not getting the show that you paid for. My other promise to you is that I myself am going to make sure that I get as much information as I can so that I can post it, telephone numbers, email addresses, websites, whatever it is that you need to get your money back, because you deserve your money back. Last night's show was never going to happen because Mr. James did not have the money to pay me. He did not have the money to pay Lyfe Jennings. There was never going to be a show. It is the reason why he disappeared yesterday. It is the reason why I had to call his family members and my drivers and several other people. I had to have my musical director speaking to the people in the box office, trying to find a number that worked for him yesterday because he disappeared and we could not find him. He did not have the money.